whole weekend. So this weekend is Easter weekend, so we've got a public holiday on the Friday and the Monday, which means we've got the days off work. We've got a 4-day weekend, and we've decided to make the most of that and head to
Wellington.
Woohoo. So neither of us have ever been to Wellington before. We don't really know what to expect, but we have a little list of things that we want to do there. We're going to make the most of this weekend and do as much as we can, and we've booked our flights, we've booked a hotel, or a serviced apartment, not a hotel, and we're just heading to Auckland Domestic Airport now.
It's 7:25. We're hitting up the park and ride, and flight is at 10 o'clock. It has been really bad for winds. There's been a cyclone.
Cyclone, is it Tam or Cam?
Tam, I think. Cyclone Tam. And there has been flight cancellations yesterday, so how bad it was. But it's still, there's no wind at all today. It's rain even. Visibility is pretty poor, but we're hoping that we can still fly.
We've heard nothing.
No,
So
not
fingers
a long
crossed.
drive. So we're just heading there now, and hopefully we'll get to go to Wellington.
Wouldn't be right to come on a holiday and not have a Mackey's breakfast to start. George got stopped at security. What did you do?
Left my sonny's in his pouch, and I've also got my tax.
Amateur.
Positively blowing.
Just arrived in Wellington. We're just walking to the hotel now. We're gonna go try and drop off our bags, then head out into the city. It is miserable. So we are all checked in, and we've just headed into the city to try and find a supermarket to grab some food, and they're all shut.
Happy Easter Friday, folks.
So we've just finished up walking around the harbour.
All of the harbour.
It was beautiful. We've had a day wandering around the city today, which has been lovely. We've just been getting our bearings, getting to know the area, where we're staying and what it's like. So really wanted to get out onto the water. I think that's a very big pull of Wellington.
100%.
And it was gorgeous, especially at sunset. So we're just heading now to, you're not going to believe this, McDonald's.
The only thing that's open other than Subway, so it's between the two really.
Because it's Good Friday, everywhere is shut. We can't even get in a store. So, it's a Mackey's night for us.
Good morning guys, so it's day 2 here in Wellington and the sun is actually shining, believe it or not. Our jumpers don't believe it because it's still damp. Today we are actually going to go to the supermarket and get some food in. We've
done some research, they are open today. So first things first is we're going to go head down to Woolies. It's a 5-minute walk from here. Hopefully get food in for the whole weekend because the shops are going to shut tomorrow and Monday in a really sporadic way, so we don't know who's open and when.
But we're gonna, once we've had breakfast, we're gonna sit and figure out a plan for the day and get cracking.
We're back at the room now. We've just had some breakfast. We've just unloaded all our food shop and had a few more cup of teas. So we're all packed up and ready now. We've made food for the day. We're going to head out on a nice long day. We've decided to do lots of different things today. We're going to head towards one of the eastern peninsulas of the city and hit a lot of different stops on the way, different lookouts, and the Wellington Hollywood sign.
Yep.
Which I have high hopes for. And then we're going to head over to Massey Memorial. First off of the day is Mount Victoria Lookout. So we've just headed through the city and into the park, and we're just walking up now to go to the Viewpoint.
Very steep, but we can already see some stunning views of the city as we've hit the bottom of the park. You can just see behind us. So looking forward to getting higher up and seeing some better views.
Starting the day strong with the steepest walk. So just heading down from Mount Victoria Lookout now and heading on to the next spot, which is the Wellington Hollywood sign.
Hey.
So we've got about an hour's walk to get to that. So just having a little snack, having 11sies, which I found out since being here is not a term in New Zealand. 11sies isn't a thing. I think it's a British thing, I don't know. For those who don't know, 11sies. Nice little snack between breakfast and lunch, just keep you going. Whatever you want it to be, usually with a cup of tea for me if I'm being honest, but we are in nature. Had a little pit stop. It was starting to rain a little bit and we saw a cafe, Aroma Cafe, that we were walking past, so we decided to escape the rain quickly, jump in there. We've had a cuppa and a cake as per usual,
Absolutely.
Tradition at this point, and to reset our legs a little bit, ready for the last stop of the day, which is another hour's walk. You don't have to walk all the way, you can drive or get a bus or, you know, bike even, but we, being suckers for pain,
Have to punish ourselves.
have decided to walk this whole thing, which is about 6 miles.
And when I plugged it in from the calf, the terrain, when you put in walk on Apple Maps, goes really flat and then up like that, like a ramp, and then like you drop off the face of the earth. So
I'm intrigued, I have to say.
we'll do the talking now before we start panting for breath.
And I am wearing my slides. I know you can actually see this, on account of my foot injury, and so I'm slightly concerned about the terrain.
Start to see the hill go.
Oh dear.
It's gonna be fun.
So yes, last stop of the day is Massey Memorial, and then we will figure out how we're getting home. Just been to Massey Memorial. It was actually stunning.
Incredible.
And we caught it at a point where the sun was setting, so the sky was a little bit pink. It was really pretty. So we are all done for today. We've hit all our stops and we are heading now back home for the night. We've got food in because the shops are open, so we're gonna make food at the apartment and hopefully try and recover our legs a little bit, ready for tomorrow. Good morning. So today is Sunday. It is third day of the trip and we just got ourselves all ready to head out for the day. Today is cable car day, which is probably the most iconic thing I've seen in Wellington to do. So we're gonna head there now. The cable cars are every 10 minutes. So we're gonna go try and hop on one we haven't booked, and we're gonna head up, well, out towards the west, and hopefully try and do a few things out there.
Just got the 5-minute cable car ride up to the top of the hill, the Wellington Botanic Gardens, and we're just walking now, got it in sight to Space Place. So at the top of the cable car there is actually a museum that gives you all the history and the rundown of the cable car and how it works. So that is free with your ticket, and at the minute visibility is poor, but there are good viewpoints from the gardens out back down into Wellington CBD, which are well worth doing, which again obviously part of your ticket. But just going to go into Space Place now and see what there is to offer. Hey guys, so we have found the Zealandia.
Well, we decided that we were going to go do Wrights Hill Fortress, which we're heading to now, and we found out that there is a free little shuttle bus from the top of the cable car to Zealandia, which is an eco-sanctuary for birds and reptiles.
That's staying in.
Eco-sanctuary.
Nature is all of me, get off!
It's an eco-sanctuary for birds and reptiles, so we decided to get that part way, which saved us about 45 minutes of walking.
An hour and a half round walking trip.
We got that little shuttle to save us legs a bit after yesterday.
Just a bit. Still walking a lot today.
And then we're heading now into the reserve to hopefully go and find this fortress.
Seems like we're going down a lot, but I'm aware you can see in the distance the hill that we are about to henceforth and climb.
It's very much into the
bush. Quite literally. But it looks beautiful, and we are covered from the rainfall.
It is giving rainforest.
Yep. So it's meandering down currently, but we're about to get ready to hike up, I'm assuming.
Well, there's the water, so that's the bottom.
Right. So we will show you what we find, or what finds us.
So today's Monday. It is our last day here. We are flying out from Wellington back to Auckland today. We are just about to check out now, and we're going to leave our cases at reception and wander through the city. We've thought about doing a ferry over to the lower hut area. We're going to see what the weather's like. It is a public holiday again. It is Easter Monday.
Yeah.
Easter Monday. Happy Easter. So we're going to see if they're even on and make sure we've got enough time to go do that and come back before we have to head over to the airport for our flight.
Hey guys, so we've just been to Days Bay, which is a short ferry ride across the bay, which you can see Wellington on the horizon, just absolutely stunning.
A little bit hazy today with the weather.
Just about make it out. And we just checked out the beach and the bay and nipped into Sea Salt Cafe, which does a very quick but very outstanding eggs benny for those catching the next ferry, as we've not had a lot of time. And we're just about to jump on, which is just in view now, the next ferry, because we've got to get the flight. Hey guys, so we are back on land now.
Thank God.
That was quite a choppy ride.
It was a little bit choppy. It was when it got to the open ocean.
Yeah,
That
it was.
section. That wasn't fun.
Thought we might see the eggs benny one more time.
Ranted.
But we're finally back on land, back into the Wellington Harbour now, and we're about to wander back to the hotel to get our stuff and head to the airport. So unfortunately, that is all for us on this one. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you again very soon for the next one.